A study published in the Journal of Neurology tracked 3,800 adults over the age of 65 for 6 years, and what they found should be on the wall of every doctor's office in America. Seniors who reported persistent numbness or tingling in their feet were 62% more likely to experience a serious fall within 18 months, not because of balance problems, not because of weak legs, but because the nerves in their feet had stopped sending clear signals to their brain. Think about that. Your feet could be failing you silently, right now, and you might have no idea. Hello, health champions. I'm Dr. Elias Hartman. I'm going to show you exactly why foot nerves weaken after 60, how 5 specific chair-based moves can support nerve signal recovery starting within days, and the one move, move number 4, that directly trains your body's fall prevention reflex. Stay with me, because that last one surprises almost everyone. Before we go any further, I want you to drop a comment right now with just your age. I want to see who's watching this, because foot nerve health is very different at 62 versus 72 versus 82. And if you've ever felt like your feet were wrapped in cotton, or like you couldn't feel the floor properly when you first stand up in the morning, add the word numb to your comment. I read these, and you'd be amazed how many people are going through this exact thing in silence. So what's actually happening inside your feet? Let's go through this together. First, peripheral nerve conduction. That's the speed at which electrical signals travel from your feet to your brain. Think of it like a fiber optic cable. When you're young, the cable is clean, coated, and fast. After 60, that protective coating called the myelin sheath can thin. Studies show nerve conduction velocity can slow by up to 10% per decade after age 50. So by your 70s, your foot signals are arriving late. You step on something uneven, and your brain gets the message just a fraction of a second too slowly. That fraction is what causes falls. Next, let's talk about microcirculation, the tiny blood vessels, smaller than a hair, that feed your foot nerves. Think of these like the sprinkler system keeping your lawn alive. If the water pressure drops, the grass dies from the roots. In people over 65, reduced microcirculation can cut nerve nutrient delivery by up to 40% in the lower extremities. Your nerves literally go hungry. And here's where it gets even more important: proprioception. That's your body's internal GPS. It's how your brain knows where your foot is in space without you looking down. In a 70-year-old with declining proprioception, the brain is essentially navigating with a broken compass. Every step carries hidden risk. Let me tell you exactly what happens to a 74-year-old woman who comes to see her doctor. She complains that her feet feel numb and dead in the mornings. Her doctor, a good doctor, checks her circulation and blood sugar, finds nothing alarming, and tells her to wear better shoes. She goes home feeling dismissed. 6 months later, she trips on a bathroom rug she's walked past 1,000 times. She fractures her wrist catching herself. The shoes weren't the problem. The nerve signal degradation was never addressed. Nobody gave her a single movement-based tool to retrain those pathways. This scenario plays out thousands of times a week across the country, and it is preventable if we understand that foot nerves can be stimulated, not just managed. Now here's the part that's going to sound counterintuitive, and I need you to stay with me, because this is where everything changes. For decades, we've been told that nerve damage in older adults is essentially a one-way street. Once it's gone, it's gone. But research published in Frontiers in Neuroscience in 2021, tracking over 400 adults aged 60 to 84, found that targeted sensory stimulation exercises improved nerve conduction scores by up to 23% in just 8 weeks. Without medication, without surgery, done seated, at home. Most doctors still haven't integrated this research into their practice protocols. Most patients haven't heard it. That gap between what science shows and what's happening in your doctor's office, that gap is costing real people their independence. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you. These 5 moves are not a treatment for diagnosed diabetic neuropathy or severe nerve disease. Please continue working with your doctor if that applies to you. And results vary. Some people feel a difference in days. For others, it takes 3 to 4 weeks of consistent effort. But here's what the evidence does show. Regular, gentle nerve stimulation through targeted movement supports blood flow, activates proprioceptive pathways, and may reduce fall risk, even when begun well into your 70s or 80s. You are not too late. Here are your 5 chair moves. Do each one seated in a firm chair, feet flat on the floor. No special equipment, just 10 minutes a day. Move 1. Toe spread and hold. Spread all 5 toes as wide as you can. Hold for 5 seconds. Release. Repeat 10 times per foot. This activates the small intrinsic muscles that feed nerve endings in the toe pads, the very sensors your brain relies on for balance. Move 2. Heel lift and lower. Keeping your heels on the floor, raise your toes as high as possible. Hold 3 seconds. Lower slowly. Do 15 repetitions. This directly stimulates the tibial nerve, the main signal highway running from your ankle to your spine. Move 3. Ankle circle rotations. Lift one foot slightly and trace slow, full circles. 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise each foot. This pumps microcirculation through the exact vessels that starve your foot nerves of nutrients. Move 4. Sensory tap sequence. This is the fall prevention move. Tap your heel, then your ball, then all 5 toes in sequence. Heel, ball, toes, at a slow, deliberate rhythm for 30 seconds per foot. This trains the proprioceptive feedback loop. You're literally rehearsing the neural conversation between your feet and your brain that catches you before a stumble happens. Move 5. Towel scrunch. Place a small hand towel flat under your bare foot. Using only your toes, scrunch it toward you for 20 repetitions. This is one of the most powerful nerve muscle re-engagement exercises in clinical rehabilitation, and most people have never heard of it. Do all 5 moves twice daily, once in the morning before you stand up, once in the evening. Track your progress for 14 days. You now know something that most people, including many healthcare providers, don't fully understand. First, foot nerve decline after 60 is a measurable biological process, but it is not irreversible. Second, microcirculation and proprioception are the 2 hidden systems that determine whether your feet keep you safe. Third, seated, targeted movement can stimulate nerve recovery starting in as little as 8 weeks with no medication required. Most importantly, you now have a concrete 10-minute protocol you can start tonight in your own chair, in your own home. Your body is not working against you. It is trying to protect you. Once you understand that, everything changes. Because now you're not fighting your body, you're finally working with it. If this information helped you, please share it with someone you love who is over 60. And subscribe to this channel, because my mission is bringing you research-based senior health information that is practical, honest, and potentially life-changing. I'll see you in the next one.